Very little that has been done so far as in the way of sanctions seems to have deterred Russia's President Vladimir Putin. So as the UN Security Council meets to discuss this renewed nuclear threat, the talk the worldwide has turned whether or not to ban and boycott Russian oil and gas.
Video captures fighting near the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in the south of Ukraine, including flares, gunfire, and explosions. It sparked a small fire that fortunately only impacted a training site on the facility and did not affect the reactors or radiation levels, which remain steady.
If the explosion happens, it is the end for everyone, the end of Europe. It is the evacuation of Europe. Only immediate actions can stop the Russian army.
Inside the United Nations Security Council, the world once again begged Russia to back down or, at a minimum, steer clear of Ukraine's 15 operable nuclear reactors.
Nuclear facilities cannot become part of this conflict.
And it's not just the threat of nuclear fallout. The risk of widespread power loss across the country as Russia continues to shell civilian targets would make an already disastrous humanitarian crisis worse.
Nothing is off the table, and we are evaluating every single day the sanctions.
But the talk among the United States and its allies is about what short of going to war can be done to get President Vladimir Putin to end this. Members of both parties, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, say the world must ban and boycott Russian oil and gas. Republicans like Staten Island and South Brooklyn's Nicole Malliotakis say the U.S. should ramp up domestic oil production. President Biden limited the ability for the industry to expand early in his term due to environmental concerns.
What we want is energy independence, because if you look at what's happening in Europe, energy independence is national security.
Meeting with European allies today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says for now a ban would do more harm than good.
There's no strategic interest in reducing the global supply of energy. The immediate effect would be to raise prices at the pump for Americans and also to pad Russian profits with rising prices.
Russia also stepping up the information wars to conceal and hide from their citizens the extent of what's happening in Ukraine. Today, Facebook blocked, Twitter blocked, and Russia passed a new law that discourages or could imprison anyone who talks about the war in Ukraine, even going so far as to say if you call it a war, that could be cause for a criminal charge. Live at the United Nations, Henry Rossoff, Pix 11 News.